summary from last week?
Yes, not now. Just a minute.
No, yeah, sure.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Amen. Now the mic is yours, Anne.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So what we learned last week was from the
22nd word, second station. Yeah, we are we not sharing the text? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah.
Oh, there I was. I'm sorry, I got muted again. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me check. Oh, okay, we're good to go then.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the first flash was last week. And we were trying to get a better understanding of what it meant by a veil over the universe. And so we talked about the veil is because of our reliance on causes to understand how the universe works. And causes are actually from our own perspective. We see things as related to each other. For example, if you're planting some plant, if you're planting something and there's no sunlight or no water, you don't see a plant. But if you add sunlight and add water, you will see a plant. So it looks like sunlight and water are the causes of the growth of the plant. But this is a grave mistake, because sun and water don't have the ability, or matter, and therefore don't have the ability to create matter. What's happening is that we are following the order of the universe. We're following the order by applying sunlight, by applying water. The cause and effect presents a materialistic view problem, because the creator is therefore disguised. The water and sun are a veil, which look like cause and effect, when in fact they aren't. So there's only order in the universe that we are following, and we are obeying the will of the creator when we follow the order of the universe. And in this perspective, we're allowed to have a constant relationship with the creator in this non-materialistic view, and that we're following the order and not cause and effect. So yeah, that's my that's my summary.
No,
we're activating the order of the universe with sunlight, water, etc. I'm not growing the plant. And so we always need to remember this and remind ourselves that we are always in need of the creator always.
Excellent summary. Thank you very much. Everything is briefly covered, mashallah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the causes are not executives of the creator of the universe or the one who creates the universe in an orderly manner. So we call it orderly creation. So there is no order and something out there as matter or the universe, but the universe is nothing but the result of orderly creation of its creator or the source of existence, who is the creator of the universe. Excellent summary. So, can we continue? Would you like to?
Yes.
Then the second flash?
Yes. Look at second flash. Look at this garden of the universe, this orchard of the earth. Look carefully at the beautiful face of the heavens gilded with stars. You will see that on all the artifacts spread out and scattered over them are stamps particular to the creator of all things. And on all creatures are seals special to the maker of all things. And on the levels of being written on the pages of night and day and summer and winter, all published by the pen of power, are inimitable, illustrious signatures of an all-glorious maker, an all-beauteous creator. We shall now mention a few of those stamps, seals, and signatures by way of example.
You will see a lot of examples how one thing demonstrates the qualities or points to the qualities of its creator, who creates anything of this universe in a way that we understand only the creator of all things can be the creator of this particular thing. We will see many examples now following. But what is interesting, I underlined the word look. This is the method which I love about this author. He gives the example from the creation in front of my eyes and doesn't refer, uh, especially saying that God created everything, we believe in God. Doesn't follow this method. His method is look at the universe, see the witnessing of the universe, get to know who can be the creator of this universe, and then believe in the creator of the universe, as it is called in daily language by everyone, God, or in the language of the Quran, the Arabic form meaning of God is Allah. There are two ways of analyzing the cases, but I love this one, very realistic, very convincing, and also there will be no doubt about my conclusion. Here is the example. That is how I conclude using my human qualities. So that is very securing to me, the method. And this is the method who also says, and we understand when we read the Quran, this is the method that the Quran is suggesting to us that we have to follow. That's excellent combination of the witnessing of the Quran and what the witnessing of the universe and what the Quran says. So we feel secure that the universe is created by the one who speaks in the Quran. This is what we have to keep in mind always. Never forget about it. Quran and the universe works hand in hand. Yeah, we will see the examples now if there is no further comment by anyone.
Oh, so then I'll continue. For example, of the innumerable stamps, consider this one out of many placed on life. He makes everything out of one thing and makes one thing out of everything. For he makes the innumerable members and systems of animals out of a fluid and also out of simple water, which is drunk. Thus, to make one thing everything is surely the work of one possessing absolute power. And one who with perfect order transforms into a particular body numerous substances from the innumerable foods eaten, whether plant or animal, and weaves from them a particular skin and makes from them members, is surely one powerful over all things and one knowing of all things. Indeed, the creator of life and death administers life through his wisdom in this workshop of the world, through a law issuing from his command so miraculous that only one who holds the whole universe in the grasp of his power could apply that law and enforce it.
Now, this is the key sentence explains or conveys the message of the whole paragraph. He makes everything out of one thing and makes one thing out of everything. What does it mean? He is the one who really is, it is explained here, the one who possesses absolute power. It means absolute power over all the universe, so that he is demonstrating by using water, essentially, for living beings, because we are looking at the witnessing or example of life now, living beings manifested on the life is manifested on the living beings. So as the uh, text says, simple water, which is drunk. Yeah, we drink that. But all living beings mostly made up the same water, but they are all completely different. It means whoever made me must be the maker of another living being who is also made of water. But that being is completely different from me. So he is turning one thing into millions of different forms. Can you imagine? Only the one who creates these things altogether must be one who decides which one is going to be what. And also, when I drink the water, as far as my body is concerned, let alone my human side, human senses, this is something unimaginably miraculous creation. But my body side, what my eyes see and experience, I drink water. As a result of this water, uh, my heart is created, my eye is created, my brain is created, my liver is created, kidney is created, all my nervous system is created, digestive system is created out of the same substance. I have my one substance, but it is so miraculously distributed, and every part of my body functions miraculously again, doing completely different jobs, works out of the same substance. If it is not a miraculous creation, which is enough for a human being to wonder how the things can be really reduced to happening by themselves. It is impossible to claim that this happened to be as a result of accident. So we understand that uh, the one who makes all this ha- doesn't have huge power or knowledge or wisdom. No, absolute power and knowledge and wisdom. And also, I like this expression here. Uh, he administers life through his wisdom in his workshop of the work. So again, through a law issuing from his command so miraculously. The only one who holds the universe in the grasp of his power could apply that law and enforce it. Because I can apply my law only on my principle of doing something in one matter only. But the whole universe is subject to his law and his principle of creation, and all of them are different from each other at the same time happening. It's unimaginable work that uh, can only be performed by an absolute being, by an absolute power, absolute being. It is a good example. There are other examples that, because this subject, what I understand, that we are going to read many examples of this. Why I read this morning before starting the discussion here. I said, why is he really emphasizing on the importance of this matter? That we have to look at it, we have to take care of how the things are coming into existence, how everything, for example, all animate beings are created out of the same substance and turn it into completely different functioning bodies and members, organs of the bodies. And also, when they die, when they are giving death, they turn into the same substance, one substance again, not exactly what they were made of, but they become just the same compost and earth, piece of the earth. As far as the body is concerned, of course, we are not yet talking about the qualities. Every animal has its own qualities. For example, a ghost, a goat, sorry, a goat is a goat, not a sheep. No, it's a goat. It has a unique existence. Even if we pay close attention, each goat is different. Those people who keep the dogs or cats or any pet in their houses, they notice that every pet, every animal has its unique characteristics. Unique. None of them is the same, although they are all the cats or all dogs. But every dog has a unique characteristics. A dog is a dog, but at the same time special. It means it is most obvious in human creation. Everybody is human beings, as we call them human beings. But every human being has unique characteristics in their bodily existence, in their uh, uh, spiritual existence, or human qualities. Everybody has different characteristics. And they are all made of almost the same substance. How can you do that? I mean, how can you say it happened by accidentally developed in this way? But all of them are perfect in their existence, something obvious. I said, why is he giving a lot of examples, ask this question? Because I see that the familiarity, if you like, familiarity is an enemy for us. Why? Because we say, this is an orange, this is a cat, this is a sparrow or another animal. And this is what, this is a cherry tree. We just take it so ordinary. We don't think the way they are coming into existence or the way they are brought into existence. We don't think them. We don't admire them. So I think he's trying to draw our attention or draw ourselves out of this familiarity, saying that, look, they are all miraculous beings. Don't just say that this is a bird and that's it. It's a bird, it flies. Think about it, how it does fly. So the Quran also draws our attention and gives specific examples. It is the Quran also is trying to educate us, train us how to take the things seriously in the way that they are brought into existence. That is the only way to have a satisfactory, convinced belief in the ghaib, because belief is so sensitive. Knowledge is not that much. Of course, the existence of knowledge is amazing, but as compared the belief and knowledge, knowledge is something observable and seeing that I know this is a sparrow. I name it and take it for granted that I understood. No, knowledge is not the way to understand it. Knowledge is the way I perceive something and put a name on it. But belief is my conclusion in what I learn from this universe, any part of this universe, any piece of this universe, and concluding that there must be agent who gave existence to it. Although I don't see, I don't know him, or this agent in its essence, but I am sure, I am fully convinced of its existence. That needs another step for me to go and to go through, because this stage is more difficult. Knowledge is easy and knowledge can be an obstacle or prevent me from going into belief, because I know what it is. This is a cell. This is a DNA. This is the code. I know that is what's going on. People, some people deliberately, but few people deliberately, but most of the people present knowledge as an really obstacle for belief. And the author is trying to really tear off this veil, this obstacle, throw it away, so that see the way we can conclude about our belief, confirming the source of existence of what I am examining here. I shouldn't be just really uh, what is the word, tricked away with this knowledge. But knowledge is precious. Use it, use it as a means, as a step to come to the conclusion what the source of existence of this thing that I know can be. That is why we have to see many examples so that, oh, this is also interesting. This is also interesting. Why don't I pay attention to it? That is what as far as I understand, intention of the author to emphasize, to hammer on this subject, giving one more, another perspective of examples. I spoke a lot, sorry. So we can, if you like, share your comments, your thoughts. Otherwise, we can read it. Follow.
Okay. Thus, if your mind is not extinguished and your heart not blind, you will understand that what makes one thing with perfect ease and order, and makes everything one thing skillfully with perfect balance and order, is a stamp particular to the maker of everything, and a seal special to the creator of all things. For example, if you see that together with weaving 100 rolls of broadcloth and various other cloths, like silk or cambric from a single ounce of cotton, a wonder worker makes foods from it like cake and pastries, then you see that he takes a handful of iron and stone, honey and butter, water and earth, and makes some fine gold. You would certainly pronounce him to possess unique art, for all the elements of the earth are subjugated to his command, and all the substances of the earth subject to his word. Indeed, the manifestation of power and wisdom in life is 1,000 times more wondrous than this example.
Yeah, this is just a simple example.
Right.
Yeah. The cake and pastry, but how about living beings? Well, you cannot really compare it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Thus, one stamp on life out of many.
Yeah. This is only one sign. I mean, when you say stamp, this old scholars love speaking with figurative ways, or a stamp, that sign, proof, signature. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to share?
Okay. Third flash, yes.
Oh,
Look at the living creatures revolving in this flowing universe, in this flood of beings. You will see that on each are many seals placed by the ever-living and self-subsistent one. One of them is this: a living creature, for example, a human being, is quite simply a miniature sample of the universe, a fruit of the tree of creation, and a seed of the world, for he comprises samples of most of the realms of beings in the world. It is as if the animate being is a drop filtered from the universe in an extremely fine measure. So to create it and be its sustainer, one has to hold the whole universe in the grasp of one's power.
yeah. So this some expressions attracted my attention is the flowing universe. Now, of course, we can see the universe as a static being, but everything is created in a flow within a flowing universe and continuously changing and also changing the whole scenery once in a while. For example, now in New York or in any place, but where I live, this city, in this city 100 years ago, there were definitely different people. None of them is living now. None of them. And now we are living here, but although we are also being changed and giving new existence now as we are here living, but the whole, if you like, the screen of the universe, the screen of the earth is changing as well. So that this flowing universe demonstrates that the one who is really taking care of all these creatures here and giving them in a miraculous creation, impossible to explain it as the result of accidental happenings. I mean, not even one is impossible, let alone all of them, continuously being changed in a perfect way. And the creation never lacks anything. Nothing is created which doesn't function. Nothing. Perfectly functioning way. A fly is functioning as a fly, and a worm is functioning as a worm. Other beings are functioning as they are. None of them is half. Worm is a word, perfect creation. And an ant is an ant, perfect creation. Nothing is missing in the existence of life, the existence of the life of an ant, so that it needs to be developed and evolved into a better position. It's already perfect, perfectly functioning, sorry. So when we see that every being, especially human being, as the author said here, a human being, is nothing but the example of the whole universe. First of all, my body is communicating with the rest of the physical appearance of the universe, physical elements of the universe, my body. So without air, without sunlight, without water, without all kinds of minerals and vitamins and food, my body cannot sustain its existence. It means I am created in such a context, so intertwined with each other, that you cannot take me and put me in a laboratory and examine my existence. Impossible. You have to bring the whole universe together with me and put me within the universe in the lab, if it was possible. Of course not. But and then see my existence within the context of the whole universe. How about my spiritual connections, non-material connections with the rest of the universe? I am the center of my universe. I don't know. Let's say a pigeon is the center of its own universe. It is acting in relation, choosing, defending its life, uh, or trying to survive in the life with the qualities given to the pigeon within the context of the creation of the whole universe. You cannot imagine a pigeon existing, not communicating with the rest of the universe. Everything is it says, example of, sorry, is a miniature sample of the universe, every single being. So is this example here a fruit of everything, a fruit of the tree of creation. But of course, fruit means a small piece on the branch of branch of a tree, but has all the qualities in connection with the rest of the tree. That's a good example. Fruit of the tree of creation. But every being is a perfect fruit. Especially living beings, living creatures. The, the subject is about living creatures. It's amazing. It is amazing. So to create everything here, to create anything of this universe, and be it a sustainer, to be able to create and be it a sustainer, one has to hold the whole universe in the grasp of his power. Must be. If someone cannot really uh, get hold of the universe altogether, cannot be my creator. Impossible. How contradictory. How, I mean, absurd the idea is. I am the result of random happenings within my cells. My cells is perfect. Each of them is perfect creation. Each of them employed in such a way that it functions within the whole body of my being. They don't have any qualities to get the grasp of all the environment that I am going to be in interaction with them. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't have any quality. Now, I think the subject will come there later on in the text that we will read, inshallah, as much as we have time. Either there is one creator who gives existence to the universe and must be an absolute being, or each being must be an absolute being and have power to take control of the whole universe, let alone a particle in the body of my cell. This particle in the body of my cell, if it is not created, if someone claims that it has its own independent existence and it is functioning by itself, this particle must know everything of my body and arrange everything accordingly, fit himself in the position, knowing that where it must be and how it must function there. It must know my body is not enough, whole of my body, but at the same time, my body is in connection with the rest of the universe. This particle must know it, although therefore, there are two options. Either the universe has an absolute creator, or each particle is an absolute creator. The option is ours. We are free to choose which one makes sense as far as we see the existence here. We are free to decide, inshallah. Okay.
Okay, I'll continue
Okay.
with the third flash. Thus, if your mind is not submerged in delusions, you will understand that to make a word of power, for example, a honeybee, a minute index of most things, and to write in one page, for example, most of the matters in this book of the universe, and to include in one point, for example, in a tiny fig seed, the program of the mighty fig tree, and to display in a single letter, for example, in the human heart, the works of all the divine names manifested in the pages of the macrocosm which encompass it, and to make written in the human faculty of memory, which is situated in a place the size of a lentil, writings enough to fill a library, and to include in that tiny faculty a detailed index of all events in the cosmos, to do all things is most certainly a stamp particular to the creator of all things, the glorious sustainer of the universe.
Yeah. This is a honeybee. Honeybee goes and communicates and it knows the path and which one it is going to take from where, as if it has been trained for years, but just it is created in this way. It goes every flower and knows exactly what it should take from there and knows what to do. So who put them in context of all this universe? A honeybee, or also he gave another example, the fig seed. The fig seed is so tiny. That is, I mean, big or small doesn't matter. Quality is important, but it's small, tiny thing. Of course, this seed has all the information of its history, all the program of the mighty victory. Oh, there was another example I read. Okay. Uh,
The other example was the human brain, I believe.
Honeybee, fig tree, human heart.
Human heart
Yeah. All of them,
and
especially,
the human faculty of memory.
I see, where is it? Down there. Yeah. The faculty, yeah. It, the human faculty of memory. Here we go. Thank you. So I remember all the things happened in the past, and I communicate my daily life. At the moment I am created, and all of them are recorded on a very small cell, or either a few cells. Because there is a direct relationship between the quality of this cell in my brain and the information out there, so that it recognizes the information and records it, or it doesn't. But in order to uh, uh, create this cell, which this capacity, the one who must know the information that this cell is going to record. It is impossible to reduce it to an accident. Definitely, yeah, definitely there is an absolute agent behind it. Yep, I think we can. Oh, sorry. Anyone who would like to say, I'm looking, no one is opening the microphone. Okay. Shall we continue? Okay, Feria.
I just wanted to share some interesting points that were mentioned in terms of knowledge and belief. And pretty much everything starts off with knowledge and going deeper into reflecting on the creation of the universe. So when you were mentioning about the two options, one option being either everything is the source of existence of what I observe in creation, or there must be an absolute source of existence bringing this intricate, interconnected universe into existence. So I was just pondering over this notion of knowledge. So knowledge having also different levels of understanding, because the more we dig deeper into the knowledge of creation, the better we can make this knowledge applicable to in our life, which is belief, because belief is something experiential. And so the more we are aware that there must be an absolute source of existence of anything that I interact with, then the more we can be confident practicing this belief. And just going also connecting this back to what Anne shared earlier as a recap from the series of these studies and from what we gathered last week in terms of how, from our perspective, we see things to be coming one after the other. But if we really deeply reflect on what is bringing anything into existence, it all points down to there must be an absolute source of existence that I'm interacting with every step of the way. So I thought this was really profound, and I think a lot of homework needs to be done, at least, to be confident and make this belief practical in our lives, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you. Thank you. Good reflection, sharing. Inshallah. Anyone else? Then we can read then from the place we left. And your mic is muted.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some bird sounds in the background. I wanted to mute in between. Okay. Thus, if one seal out of many sovereign seals on living beings displays its light and makes red its signs thus, and if you were able to see and consider all those seals at once, would you not declare, "Glory be to him who is concealed in the intensity of his manifestation, his absoluteness"?
And a manifestation of his absoluteness. Yeah. So we have to accept this. Yeah. We see the stamp, the sign on every single being with no exception. That is interesting. Yeah, we cannot say, this is perfect, but this is not that perfect. Something is missing. For example, this bird is created or made, but one wing is not really perfectly functioning as the other one in its creation, not an illness. Illness is completely different subject. So one leg is smaller than the others, or one of them functions in this way. And no. perfect harmony, perfect harmony, perfect harmony in everything, including design, including the details of very details of the bird's wings, feather, the design. I mean, because it is called fractal details. Fractal. It means one thing is at the larger, the smaller, the smaller, the smaller, and both sides are the same. They don't know each other. They have no consciousness. The cells of each uh, wing. That is, I don't know how people can claim this. Accident kept the balance, perfect pair. Accidentally, everything became perfectly paired and balanced, harmoniously working together. How? Try and error. I don't know. The people are free to choose. I mean, I am free to go crazy, keep myself busy with some imaginary things. Everyone is free. We have to take care of our responsibility, inshallah. So we have some time. Fourth flash is really long, as far as I see. Yeah, really long. So
Now,
this
I
is
have
so,
a I
yeah.
have a comment I want to make about the third flash at the beginning.
Mhm. Sorry.
The very first paragraph.
Yeah.
A living creature, for example, a human being, is quite simply a miniature sample of the universe, a fruit of the tree of creation, and a seed of the world. So it's not really a question, it's more a comment.
Mhm.
So this is an idealized description of a human being. The fruit of the sea of creation, a fruit in the of the tree of creation, a miniature sample of the universe. It's describing a perfect human being. That's how I read it. The ideal. But in reality, I find human beings to be far from this. So I grapple with this ideal versus the reality.
Mhm.
The ideal human versus the reality of humans. It's hard for me sometimes to grasp the truth of this description of a human being because I just don't see it in my daily life very much. In fact, I see the opposite. I see the worst side of human beings manifested in everything I see nowadays, everything I read about nowadays. So to me, this creates a tension in me. How to reconcile this ideal with the gross imperfection of the reality.
Yeah. I mean, this is the concern of everyone. Now,
Yeah, Asimra just wrote rotten fruits.
yeah, some people, but there is one reality out there. The text that we are reading is examining the creation from existential point of view. Now, the existence of every human being is perfect, but the perspective you are presenting to us looks to human free will, that we may not utilize all these perfect qualities within us, maybe misuse them. That is our choice. But creation-wise, existential side of our being is perfect. I am created perfectly, but I am given the free will. I am not a machine. If the machine has no freedom, but rotten fruits, awesome loved it. So machine has no free will. It has to function as it is made. But let's assume that a machine has free will. It is made to function perfectly so that it witnesses its existence, witnesses to the perfect quality of its engineer, its maker. But machine, if the machine had a free will and didn't function as it is supposed to be, that is the mistake of the choice of the uh, conscious machine. Of course, in order to operate one's consciousness, one's free will, one must be conscious. So, as far as human beings are created, they are, as far as human beings are concerned, they are conscious. But the cat has its own consciousness as a cat, and what a pigeon. Pigeon has a consciousness of as a pigeon. It knows what he's doing, what he's choosing. But human beings has huge consciousness, and as compared to other animate beings, huge free will, capacity of free will. I can even kill myself. That is physical, the physical side of it. But I can also destroy, corrupt, misuse my human qualities, and I can become a rotten fruit of the universe. But my creation still proves to be as perfect creation. Because of this opportunity I'm given in this world, that I can choose this way or that way, I can develop my infinite human potentials into my capacity. Now, that is my life. And that is how a human being is going to be taken into account and asked for auditing. We are going to be taken into auditing room. And there's, what did you do with the capital you are given? How did you utilize that human capital? It means human qualities. And I have to say, I made profit out of it. I developed my capacity and learned this and this and this, and acted upon my learning, whatever I learned, or I have corrupted it. Then accordingly, the human beings will be treated in their next creation. Otherwise, the rest of the creation doesn't have this responsibility, and they will be created in perfect way, not like they are here with cause and effect, apparent cause and effect relationship, as if, without water, plants are not growing, as you gave the example at the beginning of today's discussion. But there, the Creator directly creates the tree or plant with no process of going through chain of after this, after this, after this. Direct relationship. That is what human beings are given the sense to desire for, to seek for. So, inshallah, according to human capacity, we witness that God is promising us to experience this life again. But this word doesn't fit to it. That's what we need in other words, inshallah. Good question, good reflection. We have to watch out our free will.
That's yeah, your explanation is helpful that Nursey is actually presenting an existential point of view. So that's important, I think, to keep in mind, and also that we have infinite human potential, and which are only realized through free will. That being said, I still feel that the potential is, I don't see much of that potential being exercised in my daily life or in this world at the moment. In fact, it seems the opposite, that humans are showing their very, I know I'm being pessimistic, but they're showing their very, very worst side. Um, it's kind of easy to lose faith in the human capacity.
That is human side, not the creationist side.
I know.
That is what we have to be careful. We have to take notice of this reality. That's why we are given this opportunity. No one wants to lose his free will, although it may be misused. So that is how we are organized, really, so that we will be the addressee of the Creator. Or, okay, I'm not, I have nothing to do with you because you didn't deserve to be my addressee. Why you denied me? Why should I speak to you? So, كلا إنهم عن ربهم يومئذ لمحجوبون. Those people who are denying, criminals, destroying their trust that God gave them, destroying their capital, and wasting it in the most horrible ways, that inhuman ways, now they will be deprived of their Lord that day. This day will come. That is why Quran is warning us. So before this day, it means when we die, that is our education period ends, where our education period ends. Now, before this, get ready. Otherwise, if you deny that I exist, how would you expect me to speak to you as my work? You denied me. I'm not going to speak to you. I'm not going to answer what you want me to do to create for you. Go and whatever you said that is giving to you what you needed, ask them to give you. That is what the next life for those people who are corrupting their perfect creation. We have to be really serious about the subject. inshallah. 7 minutes after the hour. So, inshallah, we will stop here. Yeah, shall we?
Yes.
Here we go, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you for perfect comments. Thank you. Inshallah.
I have more, but I think I'll save them for next time.
Oh, no, keep them, record them somewhere in your mind,
Yeah.
somewhere, and
Thank
the next week, inshallah.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.
Allah. Assalamu alaikum.